I would say do as much learning about the culture as you can. I know it's kind of hard not being outside of the culture, and but one thing I wish I would have done is I didn't know how much just, well, Russian, Ukrainian culture are very similar, and it's the same in both of them. I guess I didn't almost say like Soviet culture, is how much they respect literature and like learning. And like it's very disrespectful even like to put a book on the ground, because that's like if the book gets dirty and anything gets on the book, then that's, showing disrespect to like knowledge and disrespecting whose ideas those were or whatever. And so they love and praise like authors, like heroes like Pushkin and Dostoevsky and Tolstoy and Chekhov are all great authors that are, I don't know, their works are like almost like scripture. Like in school, everyone has to memorize poems and do poetry recitations. And I think, and a lot of them, especially Dostoevsky, had a very spiritual influence in their writing, like in their poetry and in their novels. So, reading the words of great Russian poets really helps, at least has helped me since I've been home and I've studied them, to kind of see, an insight in the culture and where, like, as they read those, kind of how they think and breaking down that culture better. Not only that, but, as it would have been great at the time if I had known, like had quotes from Russian poetry or things to compare, like make gospel comparisons from, to be able to really speak and teach to the people using words that they've studied their whole lives and are very familiar with. And I think other than that, just being ready to work and learning how to work and, training, whether making sure that you're living a balanced life before you go to the MTC, that like you're physically fit, because it is physically demanding to walk, 5, 10, 15 miles a day, trying to find people to teach or getting to your appointments, as well as, the mental capacity of studying for 3 hours straight every morning. That was something I'd never done before. So I think just making sure that I had a balanced life and was trying to prepare myself in as many different areas as possible, and being able to just have the, I don't know if grit's the right word, but to have like the grit and the fortitude, just like I know this is what I'm supposed to do, and so I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to, just making that decision that I'm not going to stop, like, or let anything distract me or let anything kind of knock me down or get me down and out on myself when obstacles come up, and just knowing like that there is a reason that you're supposed to be there, and just kind of holding on to that even when things don't seem like they're going all that great. Pre-mission, everybody wants to like get a leg up on the language, but I think there's so many other important things you can do. Like if you work hard, like I spent a lot of time trying to study the language thinking I'd get a head start, but when I got into the MTC, everything I'd spent the 5 months before I went into the MTC was covered in a week. So I realized that I could have, had I been studying the scriptures and really trying to understand the doctrine and being able to practice and really know the doctrine that I was going to be teaching, well, know it in a simplified way that I could present it to people. Because I think when you read Preach My Gospel, it's, everything that you're supposed to teach people, because it's very, very basic doctrine, but just being able to explain it in a way and thinking of, this is interesting. How do I want to explain the fall to people? The fall of Adam and Eve? How do I want to explain the importance of the restoration to people? And being able to understand that in English first, rather than spending my time learning the language, because everything I did we covered in like the first week, and it was like, oh, I could have done so much more reading the scriptures rather than, instead of spending an hour a day studying Russian, I could have been reading my scriptures for an extra hour a day and gotten a lot more understanding gospel wise before I went in.